think I got mustard on my finger. Yeah, that's definitely mustard. Okay, cool. Hello adventurers and welcome back to my channel. I just finished up with an exciting day, but now I have some other things I need to do, including put up a patch and kind of tell you guys about what's been going on. Let's catch up a little bit as I start off today's video and head over to a Starbucks and get to work, because as you guys know, being on the road, Starbucks is our office. As always, I used my little stickable Velcros, put it on the back, and now it's time to find a place for the Remington Nature Center. This place offered so many cool things. Not only was there a lot of nature, but there was also a lot of just history here. So it was kind of like the best of both worlds. I wasn't expecting that when I came here. So I was so excited. And venturing out with Collie has just been so cool so far. We have some other things that we're going to be doing, and that's ultimately why we're meeting up. But we met up a couple days early so we could do a few early adventures. And it has been just a delight. Now, this is only day one, and we've already done like 2 or 3 things. And so as we're looking for a place to put this, I'm just kind of getting giddy. You know, it's not often that you get to travel with all of your travel friends, and most of the time we all go together and hang out in like a meetup or something like that. But normally we don't get to like caravan, and this time I'm getting to caravan with Collie, and so it's just been so neat. We took a 2-mile walk this morning, and it was a delight. The views were amazing, the conversation was even better, and overall it was just so much fun. And then we were talking back and forth kind of to Riley about some future plans, and I think Collie's going to join us for some of those too, and I'm so excited. It is getting a little bit more chilly. I need to go and grab my little jacket out of the bag. I'm kind of cold, so where do I want to put this? Help me out, guys. I'm thinking maybe here, like that's one of the only blanks, but then that leaves me kind of an odd space there, so I'm not sure. I can always move these around. Now we have to get out and get the jacket because I'm cold, and it's bright enough to hurt my eyes, but not bright enough to like do the most. So here we go. I think the sweater will work best. So sweater time. I also need to fill my towel. I hung it up after my shower, and it's just moist outside right now, but the towel itself is good. So whenever I get to my final resting place for today, which sounded bad. Resting place sounds very, very bad, in fact. So let's rephrase that. Whenever I get to the place that we're going to sleep tonight, I'll fix all of that up. And my window cover is also dry. I had that drying from the rain that I encountered, but it's all better now. So I think now we're ready to go to Starbucks. Now, do I want to go to Starbucks again already? No, I don't. But at the same time, do I need to because I need to get videos for you guys? Yes, I do. It is now time for us to do the thing that we do. Now, I know that my van journey doesn't look like everybody else's, and that's okay. I move really fast so that you don't have to. I teach you guys about all the cool stuff that we can get into because it just makes life easier overall. But I gotta find my walkie. I kind of have to trace it in this pile of stuff that I have moved around because it was raining. Here it is. Okay, now we can let Collie know that we're ready to roll out. But first, let's do this. And it feels nice in the van. It's much warmer in here than it is outside. Walkie on. Map is ready. And now, Collie, I'm ready when you are.
I'm ready.
Let's roll out. Okay, time to drive. And I am going to be leading the way, so I got to get up here in front of Collie, and it shouldn't take us too long to get there. And this is kind of a weird place to start a video, but we'll probably get this stuff taken care of and then wake up in the morning and head off to some kind of adventure. So Collie and I are going to sit down and kind of discuss what it is we want to do tomorrow, and if we want to venture closer to our end destination, or if we want to stick around here again, because St. Joseph has some really cool stuff. And of course, before we go anywhere, we have a nice red light because this lane is one lane, and it was kind of crazy going over it in the first place, so we're just gonna stay right here. Always better safe than sorry. Okay, so many of the lanes are closed, so we're just gonna have to wing it. Okay, we made it to Starbucks. I'm questioning this Starbucks, not because it's in a bad location or anything like that. It looks fine. The reason I'm questioning it is because it looks really small. So I don't know if there's gonna be any inside seating, and I need to be able to sit down in order to work, obviously. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and try it. I don't know if it's gonna work or not, but we're gonna find out. I just need to get my things together. Okay, I need my laptop bag, and we're off. Now, Collie's only on her first day of the journey, so She has a little bit that she needs to do, but not near as much as like I have to do because I've been going for a minute. But at the same time, that doesn't mean that we're not going to take advantage of the work days that we can, because we're going to get fewer and fewer of those available as we move, because I move super fast. Now, this is Collie's first trip of just moving along and scooting at the rate that I normally scoot along at. And so I am, well, guys, I say this all the time. I don't move like most people do, and that's okay. We all have our own individual speeds, but it's going to be fun to see Collie enjoying the journey at a rapid pace for the first time. She's traveled with us like to go camping and things like that, but this is kind of a little bit different because I am a maniac. You guys know that. I go, 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 go. And Collie's used to me as a friend go, go, going, but moving at I'm not a drill sergeant, we'll say that. I'm really nice, but at the same time, I'm like, let's go, let's go. I can't turn it off. It's just me. Rest is not something that really registers with me very well. So this is us having that moment. This is what we call rest, okay? Okay, anyway, smells good. Smells like good coffee. Oh, and I see seating. Yes!
Rest is work.
Yes! Yes, it is. And work is Starbucks, at least today. Okay guys, we finished up and oh my goodness, there was a lot going on here. Let me just say this. The internet at the Starbucks as of late has not been the fastest at any Starbucks. And this has been an ongoing thing. You might recall like a while back whenever I was coming back down from Montana and Wyoming, I ended up having to go all the way to Riley's house just to have good Wi-Fi. And some of you thought that was very like insincere. And in fact, I was just going there to hang out, which valid. I do like hanging out with Riley. However, this is an ongoing thing. I think that Starbucks has limited their uploads a bit more and it's just so slow. So today, in the entire time that I was here, we got here pretty early. We were here at like 4:30 and I thought, ooh, they don't close till 8. I'll be able to upload my video. I couldn't get a single video to upload. It was still at 85% whenever we left and they were about to close at 8 o'clock. So I did a little experiment. I threw it over to my phone, old school style, like I used to have to do. And it almost instantly got to the place that it was sitting from 4:30 till almost 8. So moral of the story, I'm just gonna have to be in some areas where I have some 5G so that I can actually upload the things. In the meantime though, I was able to download. I edited 2 videos and guess what? Now we are about to go to the Cracker Barrel. We like to be fancy with our pinkies sometimes. That started with me, Dee, and Riley. I don't know. It's just a fun thing. It makes us seem a little bit more bougie as opposed to, hey, we're sleeping in a parking lot tonight. Collie and I were talking about it. Tomorrow, I think what we're going to do is we're going to look for water because Collie needs some water and I can always fill up again because I am down 1 jug by now. I think we're going to look for a Dollar Tree if they have one in this area. And hang on, I think we might have found one. Okay, Collie said, yes, indeed, there is a Dollar Tree. So tomorrow we'll go to Dollar Tree in the morning before we do anything. And so that's 2 things that we can accomplish, possibly in a similar area. We'll figure out the water, if they have the water pump stations. And if
Hy-Vee is right there.
Ooh, okay, so water and Dollar Tree in the morning. I think we have a plan, Collie.
I think so.
But now we have another plan. We have to take van 1 and van 2, kind of like thing 1 and thing 2, and we have to go back to the Cracker Barrel. Pinky out. Okay, we made it to our home for the night, which is a Cracker Barrel. We are all alone back here in the back as of right now, but I don't know if that's going to be how it is all night or if it's just starting off this way. We also have decided some other things that we're going to do tomorrow, and I'm so excited about them. One of them I am so inspired by. There is a place that you can come here, and if it works out and it's still there, it says that it is, it's the Walter Cronkite Memorial. So tomorrow morning, that's one of the things that we're going to do in addition to going and getting all of our supplies. And then Collie, the funny thing is, I said I was going to teach Collie how to geocache, but Collie has been watching and is already kind of from the videos learned how to geocache. So we're going to actually geocache together. I'm so hype. And if we would have decided to do this today, we were literally right by one at the locations we were at. So we just didn't think about it because we were trying to beat the rain. So tomorrow we're going to geocache. We're going to go to the Walter Cronkite. We may get into something else. I don't know. But for now, I'm about to retire to the back of the van. I still have some work to do because things didn't work out, and I'm going to charge up some things as well. Okay, we're gonna start off with my little tortilla, and I've already got it on the plate here. Now, one of the things that I've really been enjoying on this trip so far is just having someone to kind of do interesting things with. And I haven't gotten an opportunity to travel with Kali a lot, so this has been really cool, just being able to connect. And we both decided that along the way we're gonna do some art on this trip, so I'm not sure when that's gonna be, but we're kind of sharing each other's art supplies earlier, and oh! It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Also, I will say this, the rain has really been a problem. Not because it like kills the mood or anything, because clearly we find indoor attractions if it's raining. We don't just sit in our vans. That gets really, really monotonous and boring. Now, don't get that twisted. I do enjoy just having a good day in the van from time to time. However, if I was to every single day that it was raining just sit in the van, I would be here forever. It's been a lot. So instead, we've decided to go and do a lot of things. Like today, we were able to do the walk. And then as the rain started up, we went inside and we did a nature center. It was really, really fun. So that's the kind of adventuring I like to do in the van. Most of my van journey is not about the van itself. Sure, I like to be comfortable when I'm here, but most of it is because it's a vessel. Again, I've referred to it as my magic school bus, but realistically, that's what it is to me. It's like the magic school bus. It takes me on these grand endeavors to find things, to learn things, to share things. My next step though, we're making this. I've been trying out different kinds of condiments, and this dill pickle mustard, I found it at Walmart in the little dollar section. I've eaten a lot of it now. It kind of reminds me of the flavor of like deviled eggs, and that might sound weird. Valid. But I really enjoy deviled eggs. I don't like eggs, but I do like deviled eggs. I know, it's weird. But the problem is I'm almost out, which is part of the reason why I need to go to the Dollar Tree tomorrow, because I'm going to see if I can find a new mustard, because this one is almost done. Also, we're definitely going to need some more water because I filled this bad boy up, and guess what? Now I'm out of one of my entire jugs already. So staying hydrated. Got to stay hydrated for the adventures. Next up, I have these little collapsible containers, and as you can see, it's squishable. So as I'm putting it in my fridge, it takes up less and less room depending on how much stuff is in here. When I started out with this, the meat was all the way up to the top when it was fully collapsed out. So let me show you what that looks like. This is why I love these containers for space saving in my van. I went from a huge container that was like this to being able to store it like this, and it fits with the lid on it perfectly, so it takes up a much smaller footprint in my fridge. I've been able to save a lot of space overall, and that's been super handy. This is the rotisserie chicken. Just picked this up at Walmart. It's really fabulous, and it tastes really, really good and isn't super, super salty. Some of the meat can be, but the rotisserie ones seem to be a little bit less salty, so I like them better. Now, our wrap is currently looking a little closer to where it needs to be. We got the mustard on the bottom. We've got the meat. And then normally I would use sliced cheese, but I actually have the shredded cheese, so I'm just gonna put a tiny bit of that on there. Basic chicken and cheese wrap. Additionally, you can see I'm very tired. It's been a long day, so I may have a nice warm cup of chai if the temperatures get down. Last night it got to the 40s, so I was really, really like clinging to my blankets because I was like, oh no. And the panda's up in the roof box, and I just didn't want to climb up the ladder because it's still really wet outside. So a cup of chai before bed? Possibly. Very possibly. Now, this particular mug is just one of my samples that I got a while back to see if I liked the enamel. You can see it has my QR code on here just for myself. It's so that if I'm walking around camp and I'm having my little coffee or my chai and somebody sees me, I can be like, oh yeah, this is my YouTube channel, no big deal. And then they can find me and figure out what exactly I do. But it has all me on there because, I mean, it's me. It's fine. But one of the things that I noticed from this mug is that I really like the quality. I've used it quite a bit. It doesn't really get beat up. And so it works very well for van life. So I have created a series of these, and they're available in my merch shop, which normally you can find in the links below. There's little pictures of either shirts or mugs or stickers. It kind of rotates. I move them around every so often, but they're right below the video most of the time on most browsers. And I have some cups in there. So if you're interested in a good camping mug, you can check those out. I make all my merch so that you guys can have things that can start conversations for you. And I think it's kind of strange whenever everything is branded with like somebody else's name. I've noticed that a lot of companies do that to like advertise with like koozies and mugs, shirts, stuff like that. And that's fine. But at the same time, that's about them. And I want my merch to be about you guys. So I've created many things that are just about you guys so that you can find van life or fun stuff like the curvy camping queen. I love that one. Or I have a few that are like really neat designs that are just about just getting outside and moving around and doing stuff. And I even have like Tiny Texas Living one, because even though that is me, it also applies to a lot of other people. You can find all of those kinds of things in my merch shop. And I continue to design more and more things so that you guys can have options and just have a good time. I mean, that's what ultimately is about. You want to feel good, you want to look good, you want to be happy, and you want to start conversations with others about the things you enjoy. Now, I have had lots of people ask me to make more merch with my name on it, and if that is indeed what you want, let me know in the comments below. But I think that more people get excited about stickers that aren't just a single person. They're something that can, again, translate into a lot of things. Or shirts. Most of the shirts that I wear, not this one, because today I'm doing Planet Over Profit, but most of the shirts that I have designed, I wear. And so it's just a really fun expression of color and texture and design and getting out there and living life. And so I do, again, have a few enamel mugs. I probably won't release like this design specifically, but for all of you out there who do want to have something that is bunny branded, if you do, let me know in the comments. I'll release a few more things, but most of the time, I, again, want my merch to be about you guys. So that's kind of the interesting what I have on my mind. With that, I think I'm gonna just wind down. My eyes are getting lower and lower, and my exhaustion is setting in from all the activities. Good morning. Oh my goodness. I slept really well, but I noticed something this morning that's a little weird. I'm not sure what I did yesterday, but somehow I managed to like tweak something on this side a little bit. So I've been sitting here for a few minutes just doing my morning stretches, and the nice thing about the way my van is set up is I can do a full extended arm stretch. So I've been doing like these little arm movements for mobility that I learned that are helpful for like your muscles. Sometimes whenever I film, my shoulders get tight, so I've been doing the ones that loosen up my shoulder, and I thought at first that's what it was, but in fact I think it's down just a little bit into like this portion of my lower back. So I'm trying to figure out exactly what I did. I don't know if I just like moved wrong or if it's how I slept the night before and then I strained it. I have no idea, but I'm gonna try to put some icy hot on it in a little bit before I head out for the day. But otherwise, today's gonna be a great day. I'm super excited. I just have to like work my way through that, and that's just life sometimes. So I think what I'm gonna do is go ahead and finish putting up my blankets. I've already put up one of them, but I'm gonna do that and get myself together. Collie and I are gonna run errands this morning, and then we are going to do our adventuring. The Blue Eddy, the AC70, is at 82%. I charged my watch last night. I charged my phone for a bit, but I took it off the charger, so I'm just topping it off right now because I've been running my phone quite a bit this morning trying to get my videos to upload, and so I need to make sure that I get this guy charged up just because I'm trying to make sure I have plenty of power just in case we continue to have rain. Now I just have to like do something about this. I ended up sleeping on this blanket last night as opposed to using it because it didn't get quite as cold as it was supposed to be. It was still chilly, but it wasn't quite as cold. So I think I'm gonna have to refold this, get my little cozy cubby all set up, and then turn it into couch mode. I really like that I have couch mode in the van. A lot of people ask me if I liked the static setup better or if I liked the couch mode. At first, I will say it was an adjustment. When I started out my van journey, I had my static bed, for those of you who are new. I started out with just a regular cot because I already had it. I put some mattress toppers on it to make it a little bit more comfortable, and that worked super well because I could go from the front to the back and immediately go to bed if I needed to, or immediately get into comfort zone. However, there were a few things that I kind of didn't love about that. The cot itself had a rail on it, and that would kind of get pinchy on my legs, and that wasn't fun. So I ended up building a bed platform, and it sat on this side over here, and it sat on that side over there. I had it where I could adjust it from side to side. It could be removed at any point. Most of the things that I've ever used in my van have all been removable as a result of me wanting to this where I could have it as a cargo van if I ever needed it to be. So my dad and I had built a bed platform that had removable legs, a pop-out back for the kitchen, and I really, really liked that. But it did, again, leave something to be desired. It set up really high, so I had very minimal clearance. I couldn't do anything everything with my arms straight up. So stretching had to only be in this direction. It couldn't be upwards. And that made it a little bit more complicated. Now, my friend Dee had this great setup where she had a couch that could flip out into a bed. And I always really liked that, but the setup that she had was a partial build and I didn't necessarily want to do a build. So at some point I found this trifold mattress and well, it's been a game changer. Couch mode allows me to sit up and work or cook or just sit and have a nice comfortable space, but also have a lot of floor space. And then I can pull it out at night and have a nice cozy cubby because it's the perfect size to fit in my van. So this has been epic. I love it. But I think I heard Collie, so we're gonna see. Yes, Collie's alive. Collie's alive. Hi, Collie.
Honey.
I still have to get dressed, but I'm alive. Okay, now that Collie and I are up and at it, I'm gonna put on my Hokas. I need to clean off my solar panel because today we actually have some sun. So I'm gonna be pulling in something. I need to find some sunglasses because otherwise I'm gonna be blind. And well, this is our Cracker Barrel. You can see in this direction, there's a couple people, and in this direction, there's even more of them. And then of course, there's us. So time to get ready. I have a lot on my plate today, but let's get this solar panel done because let's get some solar finally after how many days? Let's see. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. On the 5th day, the sun rose and gave us sunlight. Okay, I have now appropriately dressed myself. Collie's over here ready to go. And now it's cleaning time. So we got to clean the solar panel. After I get this cleaned off with this little Norwex, this is the one that I have just delegated as my official solar panel one. It's kind of stained. It gets icky. It gets gross. But the nice thing about these is I can either throw them in the washing machine or just boil some water, stick it in there, clean it with a little soap, and then pull it out. You don't even have to use soap with Norwex, but I do just because, ew. Okay, all in all, I could play tic-tac-toe up here, guys. We got some pine needles, which, okay, that's probably just gonna happen, but I need to get some of this dust off so we can pull a few more watts. I don't have a real issue with needing a ton of actual power on the power station, but I need to make sure it keeps topped off. The fridge hasn't been having to pull as much lately because it's been cooler, which is great. That's Daisy, and here we go. Can't get to this intersection without the ladder, so this is just gonna have to do because I don't have double gadget arms. Okay, got that put up. Now it's time to put up my hat. It goes under here whenever I'm not using my window covers. Fits up there great. I put the water that I need to fill up right here so I can get to it easier, and I have the other waters in here. I need to kind of fix my cover on my refrigerator because I moved my fridge a little bit, so now the cover's not fitting in there, but that's okay. I need to cover all of this up so that when I'm away from the van, nobody sees it. And last but not least, I need some lotion because my hands are dry after cleaning that. So here we go. Some days are just monotonous, some days are gray, some days are sunny and happy. And with that, you have to be able to be flexible. And so we've just kind of been floating along, trying to deal with, you know, life up until this point. But I'm hoping this is a sign that we're going toward more sun and a little bit less of the rain. So let's see what we have over here. Those are blue, these are green, these are black. These are appropriate for today. Let's get these out. Sunglasses of the day are gonna be these that I've had for a long time. I got these at the Dollar Tree. I love these. And then I'll put my sunglasses from yesterday in this case to keep everything protected. Boop the bunny, and we have the sunglasses to put away. Since I've got everything put away now, I think I'm in a good place. I am really excited about whatever we're getting into today. If you're interested in seeing what the entire day looks like, check out tomorrow because we have a lot going on. I have a couple definite stops that we're going to be making. I need to check the time on when one of them opens. The other one is kind of just out and about. We're going to geocache. So this is going to be fun. Speaking of which, I need to get my geocaching trinkets out. So we'll do that. And then I think Collie and I are ready to hit the road to go to Dollar Tree, get some water, and who knows what else we'll end up with. Remember guys, we're not here for a long time, but we are here for a good time. Sometimes the mundane, weird, normal things are what my van life looks like. Last night we cooked in the van, we shared a couple tips, we did normal stuff, we worked, and now we're up and at it again. A lot of you guys, again, worry that I don't rest enough, but as you can see, we are wildly excited about today, even with the rest that we got. I just have a lot of energy and well, let's go spend it somewhere. Bye guys.